Hi, everyone. Have you said or found yourself thinking, I should be able to do this? Everyone else can. I know I've said that to myself. And this is something that I hear from a lot of people that I'm working with. Every single time I hear this, when we slow down and actually look at what's going on, the story changes completely. One of my clients a few days ago was beating herself up for being a terrible studier. But when we unpacked that, there was a broken computer, there were executive function barriers, there were real responsibilities. She wasn't failing at studying, she was navigating a genuinely hard situation without nearly enough support. Another client this week wanted to get to the gym every morning. Her husband said, just do it. So why couldn't she just do it? She kept asking herself what was wrong with her. What was actually going on? She craves connection and community. The gym she used to go to consistently had both. And then that changed, and suddenly just going felt really hollow and hard because the thing that made it work for her in the first place had gone. Once she understood that about herself, she knew exactly what to look for in a gym. She stopped blaming herself and started solving the actual problem. This is what I see again and again with autistic and ADHD women. The barrier is rarely laziness. Rarely are we saying, nope, I just don't want to do it. It's rarely a lack of motivation or willpower. It's almost always something real, something specific, something that makes complete sense once you know where to look. You're not bad at life. You're not failing. You're missing information about yourself. And when you understand more about yourself, then that supports you to reduce the barriers in order to do the things that are really important to you. So, how do you actually figure out what your barrier is? Number one, get genuinely curious instead of critical. When something isn't working, resist the urge to ask, well, what's wrong with me? And instead ask, what is actually hard about this right now? These are really different questions. One sends you into shame, the other sends you toward information. Two, look at the last time it did work. There's almost always a version of this thing that worked for you at some point, even if the conditions look different. Think back to that gym that worked consistently in the example I gave. What was present that isn't present now? Is it community, routine, support, novelty, energy, accountability, or something else? Start there. Three, separate the task from the barrier. The task is study. The barrier might be executive function, environment, capacity, equipment, or all of the above. The task is exercise. The barrier might be sensory, social, energy, or what the activity does or does not give you. You cannot solve a barrier you have not named. Four, build around your actual needs, not the version of you that you think you should be. Once you know your barrier, you can design around it. A different gym, a study buddy, shorter sessions, a body double, a new environment. None of these are cheating. They are just good design. Five, stop measuring yourself against people whose needs are different from yours. Everyone else can is almost never true. And even when it is, it tells you nothing useful. Your nervous system, your sensory needs, your executive function profile, your history, none of that is the same as everyone else's. Comparison is not a strategy, and it doesn't help you. Please remember this. You're not bad at life. You are not failing. You are missing information about yourself. And once you have that information, everything starts to make a whole lot more sense. Thanks, everyone.